Sometimes a story can be so complex and have so many layers that it causes the media to miss their mark, be slow to react, or just plain miss the story. Prime example is the media's ongoing coverage of the Flint water crisis. We'll delve into how the media decides what stories to cover and why. It all started with a flip of a switch from the Detroit water to the Flint River. Soon after came the complaints about discolored or bad-smelling water. That is when some members of the media started to look into the water. But it won't be until over a year later that the people of Flint will get the attention they deserve. That's a year filled with poisoned water, lies, and anger, because the people of a major city could not drink their water. Not only were most local stations late to cover the story, some later found out that they even got the story wrong by saying that the water was safe to drink. Some of their coverage was based on information given to them by the government or by incomplete testing, making their investigative stories false. Other reporters decided to delve deeper and uncover the stories that revealed the injustices in Flint and the source of lead contamination. One of the first was Kurt Guyette, who was working for the ACLU in Flint.
I had been interviewing everybody for the stories I was doing. It seemed like a national progression. When it became an issue of whether there was really a problem with lead in Flint's water or not, to work with people that I knew and to work together to try to get to the truth about what was going on.
A few local news outlets covered the water on and off when problems started, and with the exception of Rachel Maddow and CNBC, almost no national networks gave airtime to the crisis, until the governor declared a state of emergency. Then the local and national media started to take interest in Flint.
Lead in the water supply in Flint, Michigan.
And for most, the interest did not last long.
Mainstream media was slow to recognize the issue. Then they came in droves, and then they went away. But the problem did not go away.
The ever-changing news cycle and the failure to follow up or stick to stories is a reoccurring criticism of the media. If the media can't get the story right, how are the American people supposed to fully trust in them? Maybe if the media had continued their investigations and hadn't been so quick to take the government's word, Flint would have gotten help sooner.
To be honest about it in the beginning, don't let us go this long without keeping us in the blind on this water.
Another aspect where the media gets a lot of questions is how and why they pick which stories to run.
That board you see right over there are all the stories that people have had ideas from. We don't go on all of them, but they try to pick the best ones, and they try to have a balance of, all right, this is really hard. This could be kind of depressing, but all right, Santa's coming to this one. And this is a soft, fuzzy story, so that there's a good balance, that the show isn't all one way or the other.
News stations choosing to cover the topics that will get them the most likes and clicks, like the Kardashians, make some people automatically dismiss and have a disconnect with their news.
In appreciation of this day, let's look back at some of our favorite squirrels from over the years.
But like any job, there is going to be people who give the rest a bad reputation.
I think our reputation has gone down a little bit in recent years. Some of it's deserved, I gotta be honest with you. But I think some of it's unfair. Reporters are right down there with used car salesmen and lawyers at this point, as far as reputation goes. And I think some of that's unfair. I'm here to stand up for hardworking reporters, photographers, producers, people that work in newsrooms, to say, look, it's not all like that. There's people that work hard and that tell accurate stories and who are fair and balanced. I think we're getting a bad reputation that, and some of it, like I say, is undeserved.